Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's going to be a little bit of a different video today. It is currently only 6:25 in the morning on a Monday, and I'm on my way to work. I know normally I don't work Mondays, but I have to do some overtime because, as I was saying in the last video, we are starting to look for a house, and we might have found that house. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done within the next 6.5 weeks if we want to close on this house. Oh yeah, nice brisk morning out as well, man. Ooh, a little chilly. It's like 54 degrees. So anyway, there's a lot of work on my part that has to be done. And my fiance's as well. We're both going to be picking up as much overtime as we can. Get that money up so we don't both have to completely drain the savings. So after working 3/12s over the weekend, I really don't want to be going to work right now on my day off. But it's only for 5 hours, so it's going to throw me a little bit of overtime money. So I really can't complain too much there. And I still get to get out and ride, make a video for you guys. But I wanted to give you this update anyway, because in the next 6.5 weeks, we are going to be swamped with the closing of the house, with moving, packing, cleaning. We are going to be very busy. So there might not be any exciting events, but if I can get out on one, I'm going to do it. But it's only 6 weeks. And then once we get settled in the house, I'll be back to making some good content. Maybe go out for some test rides. That'll be around September, so it's still going to have plenty of riding season left. But with buying the house that we decided to go with, if all goes well and we get it, they did accept our offer. So now we just have to do all the closing and stuff. So far it's looking good. But I actually have an awesome surprise for you guys. Now, I am not going to tell you, I don't think I want to tell you right now. I think what I want to do is wait until I can reveal it. You know, maybe I'll throw it in the house reveal. Throw a video up on my channel for you guys. It's really, really exciting. I know I'm pumped. It's definitely going to help the channel out. I'm going to be able to do a lot more content, a lot more different kind of content, and I am super happy about it. I can't wait. I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to make you guys wait, and you can wait for the big reveal. Hey, we can red bomb in the morning. Ooh, look at that. While we watch the sun come up, ooh, boy, it's a little cloudy outside, but you can still get the sun a little bit. Alright guys, so I'm coming up on 3 years of owning the Indian Scout Bobber. Like you guys may know, I bought it in 2018. It is now 2021, which I'm smart at math, so that makes 3 years. And I kind of wanted to just go over with you guys if it's viable still. Like, would I today buy a 2018 Indian Scout Bobber? So I'm just going to kind of give my thoughts and opinion about it. I think this motorcycle has done me an amazing job. I've had 0 issues so far, knock on wood. I keep up on the maintenance yearly, so I'll take it in for the oil changes. All I've had to do so far was throw new tires on it, maintenance-wise. So, oil change and maintenance. So, oil changes and tires in 3 years of owning it, not bad at all. I don't ride as much as some people may, but I would say I'm right around the average rider mark. I ride enough. So, I've had 0 mechanical issues on the bike. Nothing cosmetic has gotten ruined. Everything's still holding up amazing. The badges on the side of the bike, the paint, I mean just about everything. There's nothing defective on it at all. That is starting to peel the paint a little bit up there, but that's just because I go too fast, obviously. I was literally just getting into riding motorcycles when I bought this bike, so this is officially my first motorcycle. I didn't have any experience on anything else, so to me, I think it's the perfect bike to start off on, while also being the perfect bike for, you know, an average rider that, you know, has been riding for a few years. Like, even if I have been riding for a few years, I would still want to purchase this bike there would be nothing holding me back. It has an amazing amount of torque. You know, it's got a lot of power. It's gonna keep you entertained. I mean, I'm 3 years in and I've yet to get bored, and I've rode some big boy bikes. Okay, so I can compare it to that. I still love my Indian Scout Bobber more than any of those bikes so far. The most comparable bike I've found so far would be the Chief. Now, yeah, if I had to come, if I didn't own the motorcycle right now and I had to go to an Indian dealership and purchase the 2018 Indian Scout Bobber or purchase the 2022 Indian Chief, that would make the decision a little harder, but I wouldn't be mad if I ended up with this bike. This bike is flawless. I absolutely love it. I know for a fact that this baby is staying with me forever. When I decide to get a new motorcycle later on down the road, this one will be saying, there's no way I can part way with it. I mean, that's how attached I've gotten to this motorcycle. I wouldn't trade it for any other motorcycle. I love this motorcycle. So maybe if you're in the market and you find a 2018 Indian Scout Bobber for a decent price, I would say absolutely go for it. You know, I haven't rode any of the new ones. I didn't ride the 19, the 20, the 21, so I didn't ride any of those bikes, so I can't really give you a comparison to this model, to that. But from what I've seen, they're all about the same. But it would be the best decision you ever made, I'm telling you right now, motorcycle-wise anyway, buying the Indian Scout Bobber. I don't see how you could go wrong with it. You know, and I mean, they're all over the place. I'm starting to see them pop up around my neighborhood more frequently. We have several guys that ride them. There's the matte white one I see. There's a black one I see driving around. And sometimes, every so often, so I'm assuming he lives a little further away, I see the metallic blue one. The iconic blue, or the icon blue, whatever they name that. Send it a little bit. Overall, I think that the 2018 Indian Scout Bobber is still completely viable. There's no reason you couldn't buy one today and still be in love with it. There's just no reason. I mean, it's only 3 years old. I know it's not that much, but I'm just saying, like, even compared to the newer bikes that Indian's putting out, if you can get your hands on this one, absolutely do it. I wouldn't even question it. Just get out there, go buy it, enjoy it. Even if it's a newer Indian Scout Bobber, go ahead and get it. You know, I hear a lot of good things about them. Essentially, it's the same thing as this bike. They haven't done too much different to them. I think mostly cosmetic. And if you get the 2018 here, they're becoming very customizable. I've noticed there's a lot more market for parts, aftermarket parts. You can kind of do whatever you want to these bikes. I've seen so many things done to them lately. When I first bought this motorcycle, there was like zero customization options. You got to choose from a few different exhausts. You could do your standard like handlebar grips, you could change those. They were making a few custom handlebars. But, you know, overall, there wasn't many options. But now I go on Revzilla and I'll type in my bike, and so many options pop up. It's insane. There's even people making custom parts for it, like on Etsy I've seen, like where they're making gasket covers or different logos for the sides. I mean, the options are pretty much endless right now. So I think it would be even better to buy this motorcycle today than it was when I bought it in 2018. You know, I still plan on doing quite a bit to this bike as well, but I'm doing it a little bit over time, you know. I'm doing a piece by piece by piece. This year I had the tires they're on. Last year the handlebars and the seat. You know, maybe next year I'll throw in the FTR headlight, the LED one. I want to change the intake on it, the air intake eventually. There's a bunch of things I still plan on doing. I plan on getting a sissy bar that I saw on Dean Speed. So there's so many options still. So honestly, guys, if you can get this motorcycle, get this motorcycle. Don't hesitate. You know, even if you can get the new one, I think a lot of the parts are like coinciding. You can kind of, if you buy a part for this bike, you can put it on a 2020. Well, guys, we're gonna have to cut this conversation a little short and continue it after I get done with work because we are pulling up. Ugh. It was hot in this warehouse yesterday. I am not looking forward to it. But it's a little chilly out now, so hopefully it'll cool down quite a bit. Oh yeah, there she is. My beautiful place of work. Woohoo. Let's see what kind of fun adventure they put me on today. Oh, thankfully it's only for 5 hours. Plus I used to work on first shift, so I know a lot of the guys. So I have people to talk to. Alright guys, well, I'm officially here, so we will continue on part 2 after 12. Alright guys, work is done. Man, that 5 hours drug, that took a while. And now we have freedom and some extra overtime money in the pocket. Man, they had me on a real easy job today. I just had to stand up at the merge and watch all the boxes go by. So I can't complain about that, it just took forever. So picking up where we left off earlier, the 2018 Indian Scale Bobber. Is it worth buying in 2021? And the short answer to all of that is absolutely. Like I said, if you buy this motorcycle right now, you will be just as happy as I was the day I got it. It hasn't lost any aesthetics or anything. Inflatable filling arm tube man, like inflatable filling arm tube man. There's just so many good things about this bike. I mean, it would take forever to list them off. I could go on for days bragging about how much I like this motorcycle. The cons list is so small. Like I said, I think my biggest gripe about this motorcycle would be the comfort. I already have a video out on that. But it's not a deal breaker. For a bike that you're going to ride around in town, maybe take on some back roads, it's worth every penny. I don't regret buying this motorcycle at all. Let's take some back roads home. I think some of the huge selling points for this motorcycle are, I mean, I've had it for 3 years. I got over 6,000 miles on it now. I know that's not that much. Don't scold me in the comments. I try to ride as much as I can. I'm a family man too. But I've had it for 3 years. 0 mechanical issues on it. It still rides like it did the day I got it. The bike has a lot of power, a lot of torque. It still feels so fun giving it gas. I said, not even close to sick of it. So you're not going to outgrow this bike. If this is a bike you decide to buy, it's going to be one that you're going to keep for a very long time, I would assume. I am definitely going to keep this bike forever, like I mentioned earlier this morning. So go ahead and buy it if you're looking for a bike to own for a very long time, if not forever. So I think as long as you keep up on the routine yearly maintenance, you won't have any issues. I don't think you're going to run into any like engine problems or anything like that. But I guess we'll see. You know, I'll definitely keep you guys updated throughout my ownership of this motorcycle. So if you could subscribe to the channel, if you're interested on the upcoming reviews of the bike, you know, I'll do like a 10,000, 15, 20, 30 for as long as I have the motorcycle. But yeah, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of those videos. I know a lot of you guys watch the videos, but you don't subscribe, which is fine. But if you want to see more of my content about stuff on the Indian Scout Bobber, just make sure you subscribe. It's free to do. I mean, not to mention, this bike still looks absolutely gorgeous. It is such a mean looking bike. The looks still hold up to today's standards, to all the new motorcycles coming out. I mean, this is a gorgeous bike, and I think in 10 years it's still going to look amazing. 20 years it's still going to fit in. Like, it's a gorgeous bike. They have a gorgeous design on this Indian Scout Bobber, so that's another huge one, you know. The yearly maintenance, actually, it's not that expensive. I mean, it's a few $100 a year to get your oil changed, you know, make them have the shop do a tune-up on it. It's really not that expensive. I plan on doing my own oil changes from now on, so I'll only have to buy the $100 oil kit for this bike, which isn't too bad. So that'll eliminate a lot of the cost, and then, you know, maybe drop drop it off at the shop every year, every other year, just have them do a tune-up on it, make sure everything's still running as it should. But I won't have to get too crazy. So really the oil is the most expensive thing doing that. And then the shop hours, you gotta pay for the labor. You know, a lot of dealerships will not touch this bike. It has to pretty much be Indian. I've called a few to see if they'd even just throw the tires on. And they said they won't work on Indian. So maybe you'd get lucky and you could find a garage near you that would service it, but I just take mine straight to the Indian dealership. You're a little safer that way anyway, because they know what they're doing. They deal with Indian motorcycles all the time. I could go into more depth if you guys want me to about all the pros about this bike and all the things I really love, and we can do walk-arounds, and I could get into all that maybe at some point, but you know, just to keep it short and simple, the cons definitely don't outweigh the pros. There's so many good things about this motorcycle, so you don't have any worries if you purchase this bike, that's for sure, and you will be 1,000% happy with it. I have the Vance & Hine 3-inch slash cut exhaust, the slip-ons, and I have noticed that the inside of those are a little bit rusted. It's more or less just surface rust, it's not like corroding or anything, and that's for me keeping it outside, not keeping it covered during rain, storms. So I'm assuming if you can keep your bike garage kept, you won't have any issues at all. And like I said, that doesn't have anything to do with the Indian at all. That's a aftermarket exhaust, so that has to do with Vance & Hines. Man, did it get hot out compared to this morning? It was like a cool 56 degrees or something when I left my house for work. And now it's noon, and it is like 86 out, and pretty humid. That's why I decided to not throw my gloves on. They can stay in the backpack, but it feels pretty good while riding. It's not that unbearable heat. Hopefully we're done with that for the year. I'm not looking forward to the cold temperatures, but I am pretty sick of the hot days we've had this year. If you guys watching the video, if you have any questions about the bike, just let me know. Drop it down in the comments. I'll try to gather a bunch of those comments up, and I'll make a video on it. And I can go over everything in a lot more detail. Like I said, today I'm just kind of riding to work and then riding home. I just figured I'd make a quick video for you guys. I don't want to not put any content out. I told you guys I want to try to at least put one video out a week, so that's what I'm going to try to do. So I figured we'd just talk a little bit about the bike, because that's the reason most of you are here, if we're being honest. 186 subscribers, so not too shabby. Hopefully we'll hit 200 soon, and we'll just keep climbing. And hopefully the videos themselves will improve, which I know they will. I mean, I feel like they already have from the time I started making them to now. So over time they're gonna get better. I'll get better with my cinematography. You know, like I said, I want to try to get another GoPro here. I wouldn't mind trying to get a drone to get some cool shots going on. There's definitely a bunch for me to still learn, which I'm perfectly fine with. I love it. I'm loving the whole journey. But I figured I'd get out here, give you guys that quick update, talk about the motorcycle a little bit. I am getting close to being home. It is going to be a very busy week for me. I will try to get this video edited as soon as possible and throw it up. And yeah, we'll see what happens next week. I'm sure I'll get out and try to make a video of some sort. If not, you'll see me the following week. I definitely will not be going more than 2 weeks. That would suck. So you guys will still have your content coming. And once I get moved in and settled, I can give you guys the big reveal I was talking about. That's going to be awesome. I think you guys are going to be excited about that, because it is going to further the content I can do with the Indian Scout Bobber, or for anything really motorcycle related. It's going to be pretty sweet. I think you guys are going to like it. So until next time, guys, have a good day and peace out.